Man, whew. Oh, I know I ain't did a life update in a minute, man, but when I tell y'all, there has been so much going on. Like, it's been so much going on. Um, Everybody knows that California has been on fire. It's really been on fire, and it's been very scary, very concerning. I know some folks that lost their homes in the fire. I know some people that, lost everything, man. And it's heavy to carry, when you see things around you fall. And unfortunately, it's gonna take a while to rebuild it. You can feel bad sometimes, man, that you made it out unscathed. you know. And there comes time where you just gotta be strong for other people. You just have to be. You have to be strong for other people, man. You gotta be. Outside of the fires, man, when I tell you I've been working like it's nobody's business, I haven't really told folks yet, but I'm working on a short documentary style piece in collaboration with the Poetry Lounge and the Grammys. It's going to be a really cool feature, well, short piece rather. But the poet that's being featured, her name is Queen Sheba. I have only ran into Queen Sheba maybe twice in Atlanta. And though that she does not know me, I know people around her, and I think that counts for something. I'm excited to be the director of photography, the editor, and a camera operator for that, experience. I'm looking forward to it. I think it's gonna be a good time. This is, I guess, my introduction into elevating the poetry world, doing something I love for a craft that I love. So it feels so cool to, bring my worlds together. I am also director of media for a young black males conference, and it can be a little overwhelming sometimes. But I definitely can say that it's opened my eyes to a lot of different things. I've learned a lot about myself. I learned a lot about my patience, because it is the type of thing where you have to be patient, right? Like, there's so many moving parts in the community that we're serving. They're going through a lot, so. I can't just think of myself in this instance. I gotta be very considerate, very thoughtful, even though some days be a little overwhelming. I'm just doing this because I want to, because, Steve Harvey did it for me. The Urban League did it for me, So it's only right that I pay it forward, It's only right. I am doing a poetry series about different styles and faces of love. I'm looking forward to it. It's gonna be I've hinted at it online, but it's gonna be called Feels February. And I think on my birthday I might let people know something else I got in the works. We'll see what happens. This year doesn't really feel like my birthday. Like I'm just gonna be working. Just gonna be working. But I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. I feel like this is my grind time, my grind season. I really feel that everything is slowly coming into place. Everything is doing what it needs to do. I gotta shout out Mama G. She has been such a blessing in my life since I came to California. Since I've been here, man, like anytime she needs something, she called me. I get it done, knock it out. All right, next one. Like she has gotten me so many different opportunities, and I pray for the day I can pay it forward to her. I pray for that day, because she didn't have to, you know what I mean? And there's a lot she doesn't have to do, and because of the fact that she does it, I'm so grateful, so thankful. I'm teaching at 3 different schools across LA. In particular, I'm teaching all girls about digital media production. 2 groups want to make a podcast. One wants to make a commercial. So I'm going to really make sure the group that is doing a commercial is the A1. I need them to take it down. So I'm looking forward to it. I think it'll be a good time. But I'm not gonna neglect my girls that, they want to do podcasts. I'm not going to neglect them. But, it's different tools needed for different circumstances. So, I'm gonna do what I gotta do regardless. And then I am editing some stuff for an event that's happening during the Super Bowl, which is like, faith family football type situation, which is really cool. I really want to go, but duty calls. You can't have your cake and eat it too. But you gotta take care of home. So I'm gonna do what I gotta do. I think the second piece is I just feel so blessed, man. I feel so blessed to be able to do this work, to be able to do what I've been called to do, to be in LA. I've been in LA since August and I still don't have a job. But God, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to my family, man, for helping where they can. Shout out to them. They don't have to do a lot of shit that they do, but they do it. And I'm just so grateful that they feel like I'm worthy of being invested in. I don't take it lightly at all. I feel like a lot of times there's a spirit of entitlement that people carry as a result of being in a circumstance, as a result of being somewhere for so long, that now you have this expectation that things are just going to happen, or that things are just going to be a way. Like, honestly, truly, I tell people all the time I don't live with expectations, but I don't tell them the full scope of that, right? I don't live with expectations of other people. I only live with expectations of myself and God. That's it. I expect God to protect me. I expect God to cover me. I expect God to give me what's mine. I expect that of God, because He said, if I don't, there's life and death in the power. There's life and death. There's the power of life and death in the tongue. There's power of life and death in the tongue. So I'm gonna always speak life over my situation, even if I feel like it's hopeless. I'm gonna find a way to be happy. I'm gonna find a way to not stress myself out. There's so many things I could complain about, but there's no reason to. It's the middle of the day, and I'm touching turf, man. What? Well, sort of touching turf, but you get my drift. It's the middle of the day, and I can do shit like this. I don't take that lightly. You know what I mean? A lot of people flex the entrepreneurial lifestyle, but talk about the responsibility. Talk about that burden. Talk about the weight of having to do and work at an immense rate and at an immense pace. Let's talk about that. You know what I mean? Let's talk about having to go without for time. You know what I mean? It's so easy to flaunt as if you have something, or to act as if this ain't no act, this is my life. I don't take this shit lightly at all. When I tell my students, hey, look, I need a little help. You know what I'm saying? And they already know, hey, look, he good for it. You know what I'm saying? Because majority of the time, I admit, I will suffer in silence. So it's when people say, hey, if you need anything, I'm like, you know what? Yeah, I do. I have to force myself to say yes. I have to. I got to force myself to say yes, because if I don't force myself to say yes, then I'm probably going to end up in a circumstance where it's you know what I'm saying? I don't take care of myself. And that's just the fact of the matter. I'm so grateful that I can muster the strength to say, yes, I need help. There's some people that can't, So the fact that I can, I'm like, okay. I done made it over something. I done made it over this first hoop. You know what I mean? As long as I know I keep going, and as long as I continue to let people know what I want to do, what I'm interested in, what I got in mind, cool, it's all gonna work out at the end of the day, So I just, I consider myself divinely assigned, man. Divinely assigned. Ain't no circumstance like mine, and that's the truth of the matter. It's not. Not many people can say, oh, they're able to survive in a city where They're paying double their rent in the last city that they lived in, and they don't have a traditional 9 to 5. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't get it twisted. I'm applying for jobs because I like having multiple streams. Forget what anybody says about that. Oh, you can't work a job and have a business. So many other people do it. Why can't I? Like, that would be my ideal circumstance. Like, I clock in, and then my 6 to 7 a.m., you know what I'm saying, it's funded by my 8 to 5. Simple as that. So in that way, like, when I want to get more equipment, when I want to be able to fly my friends out, when I want to be able to fly to my friends, I can do that. Like, there's not enough pride on earth for me to be thinking that I'm too big for a job. Like, what? Y'all are stupid. Y'all are stupid. Stay afloat. Do what you gotta do. Handle your business. Stop fucking struggling for the sake of struggling. If you got an advantage, take that shit. If you got momentum, take it. If you got the means to sustain yourself, outside of the one-offs that you get, take that shit. Take it. Don't be in your fucking way. You know what I'm saying? Bills ain't gotta be behind. Don't make them be behind. If you ain't gotta owe people, don't owe people. Like, I keep a running tab of all the people that I owe. And slowly but surely, over time, I'm paying everybody off. Or like, whenever I can, instantly pay people off, I'll pay them off, no problem. Here. I'm not finna gloat and act as if, oh yeah, I've done this thing. Like, fuck that shit. Nah, dog, I'm good. But outside of my ranting, I'm producing a series with the Poetry Lounge. It's called The Spotlight. I look at all the poems that are recorded. All right, Fast and Furious. I look at all the poems recorded, and then I, kind of curate them, put them all together, have a little intro, outro situation. I just take it from there. And honestly, truly, it's been transformative. It's kind of my way of staying in the mix of poetry, even though, like, I may not always perform and all this stuff. It's kind of funny that, like, all my OGs, whether it be like I've known of them for years, or I've worked with them for years, or I've learned from them for years, it's funny to see them still do poetry, but in a different fashion. It's also funny to see how they have evolved with time, right? Like, it's so weird to, like, see people that I was around when I was, 13, 14 type situation. Now I'm about to be 27. I'm like, how in the fuck did I get here? Like, I'm about to be 27, dog. Yeah, the streets, bitch, you touched 30. Which I ain't really in the streets, so I ain't really got those issues. But no, like, it's so strange. It's so strange. But that's life. It's so nice to live in Hollywood, man. Because everything's right there. I'm close to everything. But honestly, truly, I'm typically in, what's that? I'm typically in, like, Long Beach. Long Beach, Inglewood. Like, that's where I'm typically at. That's where the real people in LA are. They're not in Hollywood. They're a little bit past the 10. But man, it feels so good to be blessed in this circumstance. It feels so good to be out here, to be able to do these things, because some people, they get in, then they get out. They get in and they get out. So, it feels good that I'm here. It feels good that I'm learning as much as I'm learning, and I'm learning very fast. I'm learning a lot of shit very quickly, and it feels like a master's, but ain't no accreditation, so it's all good though. I think, I've always felt like experience is the greatest teacher. It really is. There's something about fucking up on a project and then knowing how to stay better than, like, learning the process of making a project. Two very different experiences. And then also like being okay with the no. Like if I get a no, I'm like, whatever, keep going. Like the no's are gonna pile. They will. I'm telling y'all now. The no's gonna pile up. So whether or not y'all are willing to accept that is on you. You will get a lot of fucking no's before you get those like prime real estate yeses. They're gonna happen, and that's okay. Oh, poor Busito, you need a hug. But nah, like, it's okay. It's perfectly fine. But honestly, truly, like y'all, I'm meeting a lot of people in LA, learning a lot of different things, learning about the business, learning about different areas of the business I didn't even know even existed. And I'm just so thankful and grateful that I got people in my corner that want to pour into me, that want to make sure I'm good. I'm grateful that my siblings are doing better, and that they're finding their way. They're finding their way. But I just wholeheartedly believe that everything's gonna work out. Everything's gonna do what it needs to do, and I just gotta keep doing what the fuck I gotta do. And once I do, man, it's all gonna pan out. It's all gonna pan out. Damn, man. Ugh. Now I gotta go finish editing. Peace.